Good morning everyone, here we are today at the Australian Computer Museum over in Sydney, and I was going to show you a few of my favourite items from our library. We've got quite a lot of books here, and there's some ones that I remember from when I was a kid and I thought I'd show them off, talk about them a bit. So we've got a whole set of these Usborne Programming Books here, and I remember these from in the school library, and I used to read them, and I don't think I ever actually typed any of the programs, but I used to just look at them a lot. I think even before I had a computer, I would just read about it, and it taught me a lot of the concepts. So there's things like, for example, here, writing fantasy games. So it gives you some ideas about things. I mean, there's some beautiful kind of 80s educational artwork here, which obviously wouldn't translate into what you're actually going to see. Though it looks like there's some sprites and things in this one, so yeah, we can see there's, how to design sprites on graph paper, and then it's all going to be done in BASIC. It was interesting because at the time there were a lot of different microcomputers which had different versions of BASIC, and so what they would generally do is they would have a listing here which could be typed into, I'm not sure actually. One of them would be the base computer, I guess, maybe BBC. And then it looks like there's a few different commands that you'd change, and there's little symbols in the margins here, which would show. And then even, so there's some little box outs there to show, for example, for the spectrum, you have to add in some extra lines. It's just a really great sort of era of these programming books. Adventure games. I remember reading this one quite distinctly, and I sort of understood the concepts of it, but again, I don't think I had the patience as a little kid to actually type any of these things. But yeah, I think it did teach me quite a lot, because I think now I do have this idea of doing rooms in a game, having particular data structures that would follow where you were, what items are with the player, what items were in each room. And even if you're making a game today in Unity or something, the same idea where you have scenes, but then you can have sub-scenes that are different rooms, that kind of stuff. So I think that even now these are kind of worth looking at, just for some of the education of how games work a little bit there. This one, machine code. Yeah, and I don't think I ever did anything with machine code, but just, again, it's got some beautiful little illustrations there, just showing you what's inside a computer, how it works. Gives you a lot of background about data structures, arrays, that kind of stuff. And I always like the little robots. They would say, "Oh, this is how a computer works," and there would be these little robots running down the wires, carrying the ones and zeros and that sort of stuff. They were great. I don't know if I ever did read this one, but this is pretty cool. It's Weird Computer Games. I mean, there's just some great illustrations in these, but I think because of the length of the listings, I don't think there was much actual graphics in them. I mean, this one has some kind of image defined there in a grid there, which might have been put into a character or something. But yeah, I'd say that most of these would have been text only. And this one actually looks like a text adventure, which is kind of cool. So we've got just, all the descriptions of locations here, all the directions that you can go in, links between different things, I guess. Computer battle games. And I mean, there's what looks like screenshots on the cover, so I guess that they should come out looking like this, or at least some of them would. But again, I mean, a lot of these are really short. So I think they would just sort of text, type in how high you want to shoot your cannon or something like that. And then if you're really hardcore, you can do the Mystery of Silver Mountain. So this would be, I believe, a text adventure. And actually, this one's got some handwritten notes, I guess, from the previous owner. Words. And then, quite a monster basic listing here. with the same little symbols there to tell you what to change if you have a different type of computer. All these wonderful Usborne books here. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see me actually type some of these and try them out. We've got a whole range of 80s micros that we can try them out on, so I think that'd be pretty fun.